So it's been a few days since the release of the Forza Horizon 6 gameplay trailer. And honestly, I didn't really care too much about the new game up until this. I haven't played since Forza Horizon 3. I gave 4 a try, and 5 I really didn't enjoy that much, so I've been having a hands-off approach ever since then. Watching this gameplay overview, however, kind of changed my perspective a little bit, and I'm actually somewhat excited for it. There's a lot of really great things I think that Playground Studios addressed that has me hopeful for a new game. So let's talk about it. I think the first thing that I and a lot of other people were excited for that Playground addressed right off the bat is they listened to everyone's complaints about not having progression. That's probably the thing that turned me off the most from most of the newer Horizon games, where they just throw you in as the superstar of the Horizon Festival, and you have high-level supercars available all the time. You're getting money thrown at you left and right. And it just bored me, right? I didn't find a point in playing the game because I had anything I really wanted at a moment's notice. But when I sat down to watch the trailer, I was really thrilled to see the first thing they talked about was that we're back with wristbands again, and we're no longer the legend of a festival. We're someone actually visiting the festival in Japan for the very first time, and we have to work our way through the game. I love how they emphasize that, how they shared with players who do like that approach of having every car unlocked. They shared that you're going to be working your way up and you'll be having access to all the fun stuff you used to. But for folks like me and a lot of you guys who watch my videos, we get actual progression, right? We get to work in through a lot slower cars, so we have a more diverse garage from the get-go. So I'm really excited for that. And just like Forza Horizon 1 through 3, wristbands are back, so there'll be the Horizon Festival challenges that are still over the top and fun, but they won't appear nearly as often as some of the newer games, which is really cool. And there's some new things to the game too about the gameplay. They talked a lot about exploration, and while it's something I've never been the largest fan of in these open world racing games, a lot of the collectibles do sound very interesting, and it's really cool to how they've tied it back in to the region we're playing in. It's not just like random little items we have to collect. They're things that kind of tie in. There's different locations and pictures and stamps to collect, so I think that should be fun and kind of encourage a lot more exploration from the player than previously. It also has a pretty large car roster. It's about 550 total they shared, but what I'm really curious to see how many new brands and models would be introduced, because if there's one thing about Forza games is they love to reuse the same cars. The A86 model is a really great example of how it's literally the same, almost the same model itself since Forza Motorsport 4. And even how, I remember up until Forza 5, almost every Maserati and Alfa Romeo was basically the same. Like, anytime they added the Giulia or Stelvio, it was in a car pack that you had to buy, which was somewhat ridiculous to me. So I hope there's a lot of new models. Watching the gameplay, I had noticed the Nissan Stagia, which is really cool. I saw the Toyota Chaser. I'm not sure if that was in Forza Horizon 5 at all, but I know it wasn't in 4 or 3 beforehand. So not as big as Motorsport 4 was back in the day, but I think it's quite a lot bigger than what we've gotten in the past. Hopefully there's not too many repeats of different models we've seen before. The other thing I'm excited for is the customization. Now, I was a bit skeptical watching it because, with Forza Motorsport, it's just called Forza Motorsport, yeah. With Forza Motorsport, they talked about how they reworked a lot of the aero from the ground up, and it was literally just the same Forza aero we're used to. But right off the bat, they showed quite a bit of customization for each model. A lot of them have wide body kits to use now. I mean, they showed off a twin turbo LS Miata. I mean, that was pretty freaking sick. So I'm really excited to see what other weird options they'll have for other models. Will we see, I know there was some kits I've seen for old RX-7 FDs where you can have, it almost looks like a shooting brake. I hope to see some weird stuff like that, because that makes it more fun. You can, build multiple cars and they look quite a bit different from everyone else's. So I'm excited to see what else they bring outside of the Frankenstein Miata. The biggest change, though, is one I know a lot of people have been excited for, and that's the location of Japan in and of itself. I feel like that's a no-brainer, and it's surprising it took us this long to get to Japan for a Horizon Festival, but I think it should be really, really cool. My favorite Horizon is still Forza Horizon 1, especially because of the twisty mountain roads. And, you know, I'm really excited to see what kind of toge roads will be built in this map for Japan. What we've seen looks really good, so I'm really hopeful that we can get some varying land, just like Colorado. I think that was the most diverse out of them all to me, where each area kind of felt very special in its own way. From the gameplay footage, there looks to be a really good mixture of mountain roads, long one-gone highways, and even small towns that they're encouraging the exploration in. I think the biggest shock for me with this Japan map was the fact that the player homes now have customizable garages, which they've done Test Drive Unlimited better than the new Test Drive Unlimited game, which is really cool. I think customizable garages is going to be a lot of fun for people to dive into, whether it's like you or I, the demographic that watches these videos where we grew up playing Test Drive Unlimited. We're excited to have that feature again, but it's also exciting for people who haven't. They'll be able to, you know, match their garage to the theme of their cars. So if like they have favorite colors or if they want to organize it. I don't know. I'm really excited to see what other customization we get because it sounds like a lot of fun. Also, the new estate feature is something that sounds very interesting because you can really customize, you know, whatever you'd like. It's right within your garage. You don't have to go too far. Being able to, you can do things like building your own racetrack. So even though we don't have a Forza Motorsport game that's supported anymore, it sounds like you can make your own little tracks just right behind your garage. You can recreate small villages. And I think it's something that's going to be great to take a break from the racing. Another thing I think that's going to be really cool are the car meets that are coming. They even have the Daikoku parking area, which is very popular in Japan. If you guys have played Tokyo Extreme Racer 2025, you'll know that there's that parking area there. And it's really cool because it looks like it's very seamless integration from single to multiplayer where you can interact. And I really do love the idea that these parking areas for car meets will also act as your hub to share tunes and different designs and even just purchase the car outright. I don't know if it's an auction house still, but just being able to build and buy and share these ideas is, you know, exactly what a car meet's supposed to be like. They're going to capture that pretty well, I think. I think I covered most of the big stuff from that trailer announcement pretty well so far, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you guys excited? Are you like me where you wanted to play a Forza Horizon game, but they just haven't caught your eye until now? Or have you been a big Horizon enjoyer for the longest time and this is just adding on to your excitement? Like I said, I for one haven't played in a bit, but this has me cautiously optimistic and even outright excited at some points in time watching the trailer. I don't know if this will be a day one pickup for me, but I think, you know, as I watch more and as we get closer, it's going to be coming out. I forgot to mention, it'll be coming out in May of this year to Xbox and PC first, and then, super weird to say, at some point in 2026, it will also be coming to PS5, and there will be crossplay. So that's also really exciting. But like I said, I think I'm going to hold off on picking it up. I'm definitely not pre-ordering, but I think I'll wait, get some more gameplay footage once it comes out, and see what I think. And then maybe I'll report back to you guys. But let me know in the comments below, is it a day one pickup for you, or, you know, are you going to wait a little bit longer as well? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.